It has been a little while since we sat down and talked to the mayor live. Well, we're going to rectify that tonight in our KSAT Q&A. Mayor Ron Nirenberg joins us now live. Mr. Mayor, thank you for coming back on. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Right off the top, on Thursday, you and your fellow council members will be voting on CPS Energy rate hikes. You've already voted on it once as a member of the Board of Trustees at CPS Energy. You voted yes. I'm guessing your opinion hasn't changed. Why do you think these rate hikes are so important?
Well, it's important because CPS Energy is an essential community asset. It is our utility company, and it's owned by the public, and it means that we all have a collective responsibility to make sure that we maintain it. If we don't maintain it, then we will be at risk of what we've seen in other communities when the lights go out. So this is not something anyone enjoys, having to increase rates, but we do have to keep up with the cost of inflation. We have to make sure that we're maintaining the equipment that we have. We have to make sure that we continue to improve the cables and the wires and all the other infrastructure. And then, of course, we have to keep up with the demand of electricity in our community, which requires us to bring on more gigawatts of electricity. Some of the plants age out, and we've got almost 5,000 megawatts that have to be replaced in the upcoming years. So this is a relatively small increase in the base rates that will keep CPS Energy being the cheapest electric utility in the state, and keep us one of the least expensive, least costly utilities in the entire country. So I think that there's been a lot of due diligence. Of course, we never enjoy the process of having to increase rates, but in this case, it is necessary to do that to make sure that we have a utility that we can rely on.
Does the fact that this is the second one in 2 years and there's another one to come give you pause at all?
Well, that's how we have to keep up with the costs that we know are coming in terms of increasing capacity, et cetera. This is a public utility, and that means that all the business of the utility happens in the public. If this was a private company, rates would be raised and no one would even get to offer their opinion about it. The challenge is CPS Energy has found itself in a period of underinvestment for a number of years. 2 years ago, when we did the 3.85% rate adjustment, it had been almost a decade since the last rate increase, and CPS had fallen behind in terms of the investments necessary to keep it a strong utility. One of the things that we have to invest in, for instance, is the electronic system to make sure that we're shielded against cybersecurity attacks, which are obviously really important for us to guard against, but also the actual operations of the equipment, the generators, et cetera, that keep electrons flowing through those wires. We've got to upgrade that equipment. So it had been quite a long time. When CPS originally came out 2 years ago, they said they were going to need about a 14% rate adjustment. We said that is really untenable. We can't do that. Let's smooth those out and make them slower, make them smaller increases over time rather than doing one large increase to catch up after all those years. So this is part of it. But again, it's to keep our utility strong and reliable, but also make sure that our rates are the most affordable in the state, and we're doing all of those things.
So the percentage we're talking about increase, 4.25%, just so everyone's clear on that. And the point about the timing, the one you made, is one that I keep, focusing on here. For 8 years prior to that last increase in 2021, there was not an increase for 8 years for CPS customers. So are you saying, when you talk about a period of underinvestment, are you saying in those 8 years, that was a time when CPS essentially was falling behind? Because something I've wondered is, okay, how did we go 8 years without an increase? And now we're looking at increases consistently over the next 2 years, every 2 years for potentially the next few.
I believe so. And you can be the judge, Myra. I mean, this is an electronic system, for instance, that hasn't been replaced in 20 years. In utility industry, as a reference point, that'd be like operating Windows 95 at home. So there's a lot of things that have to be invested in over time. When we talk about the number of megawatts that we're going to lose in terms of plants aging out, that's something that we have to plan for well in advance. And we've got to do that. Perhaps we should have started doing that a while ago by steadily increasing rates, but we didn't do that. We kept them low. So we're going to have to start catching up a little bit. And again, this 3.85% that was increased 2 years ago, followed by this 4.25. These are smaller increases over time that keep us still the most affordable electric utility in the state, and one that is strong and reliable in the most extreme weather events.
I want to skip to the Migrant Resource Center now that's down on San Pedro in an old CPS Energy building. Are you comfortable with the numbers that you're seeing at the Migrant Resource Center? Is the city and Catholic Charities that operate that center able to keep up with the numbers you're seeing right now?
Well, I'll say this. No one is comfortable with the numbers. This is an extremely difficult situation. The folks that are coming across the border are seeking asylum in our country. They're using a legal process. So those who are here are legal, are legally here. And so we have a challenge on our hands to make sure that two things. One, that we protect public safety. And two, we keep this process that is broken, the immigration process that has been unfixed by Congress for 30 years, that we keep this process smooth and efficient and orderly. That's what San Antonio is focused on, because obviously here at the local level, we can't fix our immigration system. But what we can do is protect public safety and keep this a smooth operation so that we not only protect public safety, but also treat people with common dignity. That's what we've been able to do with this Migrant Resource Center. Now, the numbers are challenging. I just had a meeting with our Congressman Cuellar. I've talked to our other congressmen, and we had a call with Secretary Mayorkas just a couple of days ago to talk about the situation, the assistance that we need from the federal government. But this is also the reality. This is not something that the administration fixes on its own. Congress has responsibility over immigration policy in this country, and Congress has failed to act for a generation. That's why we're in this situation. But at the local level, we're going to keep it orderly. We're going to protect public safety. And we're also going to treat people with common dignity who are here, again, legally under the constructs of American law.
I know it's hard to predict the future and any possible changes we may see from Congress, but in your eyes, is the Migrant Resource Center a permanent fixture for the foreseeable future in San Antonio?
You know, nothing's permanent, but I will tell you this. Until we have, until we modernize and have some immigration reform at the national level, we're going to see these migrant surges. It happens during Democratic administrations. It happens during Republican administrations. Congress, meanwhile, has not acted to reform our immigration system. So we're going to see these migration surges. What we have to do in San Antonio is not going to change. We've got to protect public safety, and we've got to keep an orderly process that treats people with dignity. And so the solution for that is to have a center where we can conduct those operations so the migrant surges aren't spilling out all over town, which is what happened before we had a Migrant Resource Center. So, it's a difficult question to answer, Myra, but until Congress acts to reform our immigration system, communities are going to be challenged to handle this. And I believe San Antonio has been a model city in the way we've handled it, both protecting public safety, but also treating people with dignity.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg, always appreciate your time. And we wanted to get to charter amendments and some other things, but we'll save that for the next time we visit. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much.
I'll be back, and happy holidays to you both.
You as well.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.